Many people in the modern world live entirely in their minds. They are lost in thought, consumed by worries of the future and regrets of the past. Their bodies become machines moved by habit, presence. In this disconnection, suffering is born. You find yourself in kindergarten, and then comes the time where you need to go to elementary school. Then you need to pass tests. If you don't pass the test, you will pass the next grade. Then you go to gymnasium or to high school. Again, there's something about grading. There's something about achievement. You just finished your high school. You go to university. Again, it continues. It's enough who you are. It's enough what you can do right now at the moment. It's all about spending your time to attain something more because you're incomplete. Apparently, the system is telling you you're incomplete the way as you are. First of all, go to school, go to university. 1 university degree is enough. 2, meanwhile 2 maybe even now. PhD would even be better. So what is embedded in this whole line is always subconsciously. Maybe to some person it's going to get deeper, to other people they realize it is that structure and the pattern of you are never enough of where you are. There is always something more. Ask yourself each day, how do I move? How do I sit? How do I treat my body, and how do I feed my mind? Because the answer to these questions shapes your destiny. Every breath you take is a choice to be present or to be lost. Every step you take is an opportunity to walk with awareness or to stumble in distraction. There is no separation between the body and the mind. What you do to one, you do to the other. Respect your body and your mind will thank you. Train your mind and your body will become your ally. Together they form the foundation of your inner strength, unshaken by the noise of the world. This posture may look simple, but it holds deep wisdom rooted in ancient traditions focused on restoring balance between the body and the mind. The setup looks on the outside, on the surface it looks different. But if you strip it down to the core of what actually is happening there, there's a pattern underlying it. The movement continues, but this time the arms take them out so the movement becomes bigger. This movement is like the ocean wave, rising with vitality, falling with surrender. It teaches your mind to let go, to become still. And in stillness you begin to hear the deeper voice within. Continue with the movement. In this exercise, you need to stay relaxed and feel the elasticity of the body. Every time that you're turning onto one side, the elasticity of the body pulls you back to move in the other direction. Just keep moving. On the rear leg, you can always lift the heel up a little bit. This removes the pressure on the knee. But really use this movement and stretch the body open. Body slowly starts to also get warm. Take the hip and rotate one direction. Your breath is your anchor. When your breath is calm, your thoughts become silent. The flowing forms are random. They mirror the natural flow of rivers, winds, and stars. When you move with intention, you unlock energy. You invite healing. You awaken balance. Knees finished. Take the ankle. Lift the knee up. We take the ankles and rotate them inside. Keep the balance. This posture grounds you, stabilizes the nervous system, and brings clarity to the mind. It's like charging a battery, except the battery is you. Ground yourself. Stand stable. Other knee lift up. You can use your arms to hold the balance. So if you fall, balance yourself out. And the knee lifted up. Then rotate inwards. The same exercise, other leg again, but this time rotate the other direction. When energy flows without restriction, pain and fatigue dissolve. Other leg again and outside. Shake off the legs. And then now slowly start jumping. Small jumps first, and then we get a little bit bigger. Just jump. There is no separation between the body and the mind. What you do to one, you do to the other. Respect your body and your mind will thank you. Train your mind and your body will become your ally. Together they form the foundation of your inner strength. The pattern repeats throughout life stages. From early childhood through advanced education, the message remains constant. You are insufficient as you are. More credentials, more achievements, more external validation will supposedly complete you. This conditioning runs deep, shaping how we perceive ourselves and our place in the world. The system teaches striving over being, accomplishment over presence, future over now. Breaking free from this pattern requires conscious effort. It demands that you question the assumptions embedded in everything you've been taught about progress and success. It asks you to examine whether the chase for more actually brings fulfillment or simply perpetuates the feeling of incompleteness. The answer to that question changes everything about how you approach your days. Movement becomes medicine when approached with awareness. Each motion contains potential for awakening or for reinforcing old patterns of disconnection. When you move mechanically, rushing through exercises to check them off a list, you miss the transformative power available in simple actions. When you move with attention, feeling the sensations, noticing the breath, staying present with the body's responses, ordinary movements become extraordinary. The elasticity of the body teaches important lessons. When you turn in one direction, tension builds. That tension naturally wants to release, pulling you back toward center and beyond to the opposite side. This rhythmic pattern of tension and release mirrors life itself. Push too hard in one direction and the body rebels. Allow the natural swing, work with the body's wisdom rather than against it, and movement becomes effortless. Lifting the heel slightly on the rear leg during certain movements protects the knee joint. Small adjustments like this demonstrate respect for the body's limitations while still challenging its capacities. You can stretch open, invite expansion without forcing or straining. The sweet spot exists between too much and too little effort, and finding that spot requires sensitive attention. Warming the body gradually prepares tissues for deeper work. Rushing into intense movement before adequate preparation invites injury. Patience in the beginning stages pays dividends later. The hip rotations, the knee circles, the ankle mobilizations, all these preparatory movements wake up sleeping joints, lubricate stiff areas, remind the body it's designed for fluid motion. 36 repetitions of certain movements appears throughout traditional practices. That specific number isn't arbitrary. It provides sufficient stimulus for change while remaining sustainable. Too few repetitions and nothing shifts. Too many and fatigue undermines quality. The precision of traditional practices reflects centuries of accumulated wisdom about how bodies respond and adapt. Balance work, like standing on one leg while rotating the ankle, serves multiple purposes simultaneously. It strengthens the standing leg. It mobilizes the lifted ankle. It challenges the nervous system's ability to maintain equilibrium. It trains focus because the mind must stay present or you topple over. Single movements that address multiple systems simultaneously offer efficiency that isolated exercises cannot match. The direction of rotation matters. Turning inward activates different muscles and neural pathways than turning outward. Reversing direction ensures balanced development, prevents compensatory patterns from forming, maintains symmetry. The body adapts to whatever you consistently ask of it. If you always move in one direction, you'll become strong in that direction and weak in the other. Balanced practice creates balanced capacity. Shaking the legs after focused work helps release accumulated tension. It signals a transition, a shift from concentrated effort to relaxation. The small jumping movements that follow continue this theme of release while adding cardiovascular stimulus and bone-strengthening impact. Progression from gentle to more vigorous follows the body's natural preference for gradual escalation. The mind wanders during physical practice. Thoughts about the past arise. Worries about the future intrude. This is natural. The practice isn't about preventing thoughts but about noticing when attention has drifted and gently returning it to the present moment, to the sensations in the body, to the rhythm of the breath. Each time you notice distraction and return to presence, you strengthen the capacity for awareness. This strengthening happens incrementally, almost invisibly. You don't feel dramatically different after one session. But after weeks and months of consistent practice, something shifts. The mind becomes quieter. The body moves with more ease. The connection between physical sensations and mental states becomes obvious. You start noticing how stress manifests as tension in specific areas. You observe how certain movements change your mood. These observations grant you agency. When you recognize that shoulder tension accompanies anxious thinking, you can intervene. Drop the shoulders, take a breath, and watch the anxious thoughts lose their grip. When you notice that flowing movement elevates your mood, you can use movement as medicine when feeling low. The body becomes a tool for managing your inner state rather than something that just carries your head around. Traditional practices encode this wisdom in specific postures and sequences. Each element serves a purpose, even when that purpose isn't immediately obvious. The seemingly simple act of rotating ankles while balancing on one leg contains layers of benefit that unfold over time with consistent practice. Trust in the accumulated wisdom of traditions that have refined these methods over centuries. Modern life pulls you into your head, into screens, into abstract concerns divorced from immediate physical reality. Deliberate embodiment practices pull you back into direct sensory experience. They restore the connection between mind and body that gets severed by too much thinking and too little moving. This restoration isn't just pleasant. It's essential for well-being, for resilience, for maintaining your humanity in an increasingly abstract world. The foundation of inner strength doesn't come from external achievements or accumulated credentials. It comes from this integration of body and mind, from learning to be present in your physical form, from respecting the vessel that carries you through life. When this foundation is solid, external circumstances lose their power to destabilize you. You remain centered regardless of what swirls around you. Building this foundation requires consistent practice over extended time. There are no shortcuts, no hacks, no ways to rush the process. You simply show up, day after day, and do the work. Move with awareness. Breathe with intention. Notice when you've drifted into thought and return to sensation. Gradually, imperceptibly, something fundamental shifts. You become more present, more embodied, more whole.